Good morning, everyone. Thank you sincerely for joining this focus group discussion today. My name is Cheto, and I will be guiding our deep dive into one of Indonesia's most sensitive historical question: the proposal to designate Suharto as a national hero. This discussion requires both historical accuracy and moral introspection. We have a full 20 minutes, so please feel free to elaborate on your viewpoints fully and critically. Let's start with quick introductions. These discussions involve a major conflict, recognizing significant contributions to stability and development, while acknowledging serious alleged human rights abuses and institutionalized corruption. Given the moral integrity required for a national hero, we will focus on whether his service can negate the controversial record. We will proceed by examining both sides, followed by an analysis of the decision's impact. Let's establish the case for his achievements. In your experience or area of expertise, what specific, measurable, or historical contributions from the new order are so significant that they justify this national honor?
Okay, from a historical standpoint, the most critical contribution was the establishment of state order and political stability that lasted over 2 decades. After the chaos of the early republic, this state stability was the necessary precondition for any large-scale progress. Furthermore, the commitment to develop planning encapsulated in Republic to undeniable success, massive infrastructure development, and crucially a dramatic drop in poverty rates from over 50% in the mid-1960s to around 11% by 1966. These are real statistical improvements in human welfare that should not be forgotten when assessing his legacy.
I completely agree, especially with the economic direction. The stability he provides helped build trust among both local and international investors. The government also made regulation easier, which attract a lot of foreign direct investment or FDI and helped change Indonesia from agrarian country into one that becoming more industrial. My view is practical. We create the condition that allow the country to generate wealth on a national scale. The integration of market through major infrastructure project unlock potential that exists since the colonial era, but had never been fully used. If the word is based on improving the country's material condition, then the argument for him is very strong.
Those are powerful arguments based on national development metrics, but we must now face the reality of the parallel history. Let's turn to the necessary critic. How do disappear allegations of human rights abuses and the institutionalized corruption impact the moral integrity required for a national hero? Can development successes truly negate this profound moral stain? The good things he did for the country's economy cannot erase the bad things he did morally. The title national hero is really about being a good person. The bad things he did, like harming people after 1965, or the terrible event in place like Kalasari, Aceh, and Papua, where violence ordered the government against its own people. This shows he did not respect human rights or the law. Also, corruption, collusion, and nepotism was not just smell but behavior. It was the main way his power worked. His power worked. This made a few people very rich and hurt democracy, giving him the hero status would be like betraying the people he hurt and official saying the bad action are okay.
I must emphasize the damage to national character. A pahlawan national must be an ideal figure. By overlooking the rampant corruption, the state risks institutionalizing the idea that success, regardless of how it's achieved, warrants the highest honor. The new order systematically fostered a culture of fear, intellectual suppression, and moral compromise to maintain power. If we honor that era's leader with this title, we are confirming that ethical failure is a permissible cause of development. This sense profoundly damaging message to future generations about what we as a nation truly value. We must choose moral integrity over political expediency.
Thank you for outlining moral costs so clearly. This presents a massive conflict. Given this monumental conflict between service and moral defect, what is the most responsible forward-looking path for the university to take? And what are the long-term political or ethical implications of the chosen path?
For me, the decision must be conscious, since the issues of KKN and human rights have never been resolved by an impartial judicial process. Granting the title would create a permanent, politically charged controversy. The implication is that we must find a way to accommodate the history without celebrating the flaws. I would argue for indefinite deferral of the national hero status. At the same time, the state should support clear and unbiased historical research so the public can agree on the full legacy both good and bad before giving any national honor.
I believe that we influence giving him that status could create serious social tension and hurt our reputation as a democracy that is trying to fight corruption. But completely refusing any recognition might upset people who truly benefit from development program. A practical solution is for the government to create a new type of high state honor, specifically for development, achievement, and award that recognize material contribution without the moral and integrity standards required for the title of national hero. This way, we can separate in the economic achievement from political leadership.
If you don't give him the title, so Indonesia is becoming a major democracy, ethical politicians or royal leaders cannot abuse the power. If we give him the title, even a little, it would hurt people who suffered before and make it seem like bad action are forgiven. The best thing to do is say no completely and keep helping the victim these days.
The final implication is about the integrity of national symbolism. We cannot afford to have a national hero whose legitimacy is perpetually questioned on ethical grounds. By denying the status, we honor the nation's commitment to justice, debt, and ethical leadership. If we allow historical figures with massive moral baggage to hold this title, the meaning of hero is diluted to simply mean powerful figure. We must prioritize moral clarity for the sake of the nation's symbolic health.
Thank you for this incredibly thorough elaboration. We have successfully explored the depth of this issue. We conclude that there is a consensus regarding the major scale of economic developments and stability achieved. Yet, this is balanced by the firm belief that corruption and human rights violations form a lasting moral barrier to the national hero title. To move forward responsibly, the suggested solutions focus on finding an alternative form of recognition that falls short of the highest honor. This could involve indefinitely deferring the decision while ever. I need to say that. Okay. To move forward responsibly, the suggested solution focus on finding an alternative form of recognition that falls short of the highest honor. This could involve indefinitely deferring the decision while legal matters are pending, or establishing a new award category free from moral scrutiny, thereby protecting the integrity of the Pahlawan national designation itself. We have fully analyzed our 20 minutes. Your critical and well-argued perspective have provided immense clarity on the national dilemma. Thank you once again to all 4 participants for your dedication and valuable insight, contributions to this vital discussion. You are all dismissed. Have a productive day. Thank you.
Thank you.